is Proscovia with Mercy and Denis, and we are here to present our findings about KCB. That is going to be, that is how our presentation will go. We issue a hold recommendation to KCB according to our findings about KCB at 31.5 Kenyan shillings with an upside of 31.25% from our closing price of 24 Kenyan shillings as of 20th of February 2017. This is supported by the following: the recovering global and regional sectors, the competitive positioning, the company strategy, and our valuation models. KCB's history starts way in 1896, when it was just a branch of National Bank of India, and it has grown to 2016 to being rebranded to KCB Group Limited. KCB is the largest bank in East Africa by assets. It is spread in all East African countries, targeting a population of over 160 million people. KCB has an efficient and experienced management. It has recently obtained an operational license in Ethiopia, targeting a population of approximately 80 million people. KCB, on average, derives 90% of its revenue from Kenya. It offers a range of products, from loans to credit cards, investments, online banking, savings, mobile transfers, to mention but a few.
Take you through the macroeconomic indicators. We observe that GDP has been growing positively in most of the economies where KCB operates, with Kenya taking the lead at 5.6% in 2015, and we project this to go up to 5.9% in 2016 and 6.0% in 2017 respectively. This is mainly due to the recovery agricultural sector and an improvement in the transportation and real estate sectors. Looking at the foreign exchange rate, we observe that the local currencies have been weakening against the dollar, mainly due to the impact of the Brexit and the BOP deficit in the various East African countries. We anticipate this to continue due to the anticipated hike in the Fed rate in the US. Taking you through the interest rate, all the other countries except Tanzania and Rwanda, which have a relatively stable interest rate, the other economies are volatile. Going through the inflation rate, we expect an increase on expenditure in countries like Kenya and Rwanda, where there will be elections in late this year. And inflation has also been high due to the impact of drought within the East African economies.
We conducted an analysis of the environment in which KCB operates and an industry overview using Porter's 5 forces model and the SWOT analysis. We scaled the Porter's 5 forces model on a scale of 5, where, according to the slide, ladies and gentlemen, the substitutes and competition pose a high threat to KCB, while the bargaining power of consumers poses a very high threat to KCB, and the threat of new entrants poses a moderate threat to KCB, whereas the bargaining power of suppliers poses a small threat to KCB. Under SWOT analysis, KCB has strengths like good governance, weaknesses like stagnant growth in returns in the subsidiaries, opportunities like partnerships with other companies, and threats like competition from its peers and its substitutes. In the financial analysis of KCB, ladies and gentlemen, we looked at capital adequacy. KCB is not overcapitalized, but it is above the required minimum, with currently Tier 1 capital at 16.8% compared to the required minimum of 10.4%, and Tier 2 capital at 19.9% compared to the required minimum by CBK of 14.5%. We use return on equity and return on assets to analyze the profitability of KCB. Yes, it is true, KCB's incomes will be shocked by the capping of interest rates. However, with the increased growth in the contribution by non-funded income, we expect a recovery, hence the profitability of KCB will move as shown in the slide. If we look at asset quality, we expect interest capping to give confidence to the borrowers, which will reduce net NPLs and gross NPLs over time. We expect KCB to tighten the procedures of giving out loans, which will also lead to the reduction in NPLs as shown. Under the earnings, we expect and project increased expenditure during elections, which will lead to a spillover in prices. However, we expect and project that CBK may tighten the monetary policy, which may tighten the monetary policy in order to contain the inflationary tendencies. This will affect KCB's ability to create assets and hence interest income. If you look at the liquidity, KCB's liquidity is above the required minimum, an indicator that KCB can meet its obligations as and when they fall due. We went ahead and scaled KCB with its peers using the multiples analysis. For instance, looking at stock price, the calculated mean was 27.37 Kenyan shillings. KCB was below the average as at 20th of February 2017 at 24 Kenyan shillings. However, with the above financial analysis and the expected stability in the economy, we expect KCB's stock price to grow even higher than the average to 31.5 Kenyan shillings. And therefore, we strongly recommend investors to hold for now at 31.5 Kenyan shillings.
To arrive at our target price of 31.5 Kenyan shillings, we looked at the various valuation models, and one of them being the dividend discounted model, where we assumed the cost of equity of 19% and a return on equity of 25%, with a capital ratio of 13.7%. This gave us a share price of 33 Kenyan shillings, and we mainly use this model since KCB pays dividends to its shareholders. Also, we looked at the free cash flows to equity, where we assumed a growth rate of 15% and a tax rate of 30% with a discount cash flows of 11%. This gave us a target price of 35.6 Kenyan shillings, and we used this valuation model since KCB does not fully pay out its dividends. To support the two valuation models above, we used the residual income model, where we assumed earnings per share of 6.086 and a valuation date of 20th February 2017. This gave us a share price of 25.8 Kenyan shillings. And we use this valuation model since most institutions that trade their stock does not consider cost of equity as cost of capital. But we wanted to find out whether even after paying dividends, KCB can still perform profitably. That's the reason as why we use this valuation model. All this gave us an average target price of 31.5 Kenyan shillings with an upside of 31.25% as at the valuation date of 20th February 2017.
In the support of our hold recommendation, we went ahead and analyzed the investment risks, which include political risk. This is due to the arising political turmoil in South Sudan and the likelihood in Kenya due to the forthcoming elections. In market risk, which include interest rate risk, as interest rates in Kenya are less volatile due to the fixing of interest rates by CBK at 14%. Interest rates in other countries where KCB Group operates, they are volatile. Foreign exchange rate risk, because KCB operates in different countries with different currencies. Inflation rate risk, the inflationary tendencies in East Africa, especially caused by drought. Operations risk, KCB Group being a money-based institution, it is faced with internal fraud, and with over 250 branches, it faces the management risk. Financial risk, the failure of the obligor of the bank to pay back the interest and the principal at the stimulated time. Regulatory risk and economic risk. And all these risks have an impact on the performance of KCB Group. We therefore recommend our investors to hold at 31.5 Kenyan shillings. We therefore recommend our investors hold at 31.5 shillings. Given all the above valuation models and the situation in the economy, we settle with a hold recommendation at 31.5 Kenyan shillings with an upside of 31.25%. Thank you.
What's the basis of saying it's a hold and not a buy? Like if I didn't have a KCB stock and I was thinking about it, what recommendation would you give me if I didn't have the stock?
I would not recommend that you buy. I would recommend that you wait until the economy, the global and regional sectors recover fully, until maybe the company's strategy of consolidating the international businesses is implemented, and then from then, maybe next year you can buy, but for now, please hold.
In one of your valuation methodologies, your total growth rate was 15%. How do you arrive at that figure, 15%?
Growth rate that was used in the valuation model in the financial statements of KCB in 2014. So we are showing that constant.
And I was interested in understanding a little more about your analysis about the future profitability, given what is happening on the cap side and other factors.
According to the website of KCB of 2016, they reported earning a growth in their profitability of 10%. That was from 26.5 billion Kenyan shillings to 29.1 billion Kenyan shillings. But now when we look at, this was mainly supported due to the increase in the non-funded loans, like non-funded incomes. He had a growth. So that's why we expect that KCB can still perform profitably.
Adding on what he's saying, despite of the economic situations, we see KCB continuing to perform better. Although in its subsidiaries there was a decrease in its subsidiaries or in its international businesses, we see a decrease of 5% in the profits they get from the subsidiaries due to the devaluation of the South Sudan pound and the inflation that is happening in the country. But in other countries, in other countries where KCB operates, we see an increase in the profitability, like in Kenya, from 90 to 93.6%. So we project an increase in the profitability of KCB.
Considering the fact that KCB is going technology, we expect a lot of income to come from there. That is why we consider the profitability to grow, because basically return on equity and return on assets are centered on net incomes. We expect the net incomes to grow. Yes, the interest income has been reduced, but the non-funded income is growing. Even right now as we speak, the contribution of non-funded income has grown. So the shock is there for the interest income, but the non-funded income will lead to a recovery, and that is why we project that kind of growth.
So your upside is 31.5. So what upside or price increase would you want to see to recommend a buy?
We are basically recommending a hold because of the operating environment. This being an elections year is not a good year for investment, and leave alone Kenya. You know the condition in Burundi, the condition in South Sudan, Uganda has been shocked. Tanzania, we do not know what will happen because each policy comes out each day. So we are recommending a hold, not considering what kind of return we would want, but considering the environment in which KCB operates. When the environment becomes stable, we shall come up and say buy or sell. But for now, hold.
Okay, so if I just follow up on some questions. So in the current uncertain environment, you're still seeing 31% potential return on the stock, but it's not good enough.
It's not good enough?
That's what you're saying, because you're telling me who's not invested not to invest. But you're telling me the upside is 31%.
Yes. The upside is 31.25%, yes.
But you're telling me not to invest.
You who doesn't have stock, yeah, please don't invest.
Because of there are so many negative factors.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. And then if we are to look at liquidity, first of all, we considered the CBK's liquidity of 20% of the deposit liabilities, and most of these things were our assumptions. However, in 2016, this effect will be brought by the projected high increase in expenditure that we expect due to elections.
Then given that argument, then you should be saying sell and then wait for the economic environment to improve.
No, we don't recommend a sale at the moment. Why? We expect it to recover at a given time, but you cannot sell so that after it, that recovery period is not an automatic thing that the economy will recover. So you better hold and see and watch what happens.
Maybe to add on that, given the type of investors KCB has, it has institutional investors, shareholders. We have to consider their interests. Institutional investors are not like individual investors who would want to get back their money so quickly. They are patient, so basically the hold for those investors will work for them.
Could you just kind of explain what your statement on reduction of interest income and increase in non-funded income being the basis of growth, and this non-funded income, where is it coming from? The sources of that non-funded income?
In the reduction in the interest income, we mainly focused in Kenya, where KCB derives over 90% of its earnings. But now when you see CPK has come up and has capped the rate at 14%, so that one will reduce on their net interest incomes. However, the increase in the non-funded incomes, for example, when KCB is going mobile, it's going technology-wise. So this one, they have agents that operate on their behalf. So they don't necessarily incur expenses to generate these incomes, but it's not, they get part of the incomes which are generated by their agents. So that's why we see there is an increase in the non-funded incomes.
The tight monetary policy, we talked about central bank withdrawing the money from circulation in the economy, and the tightening liquidity, what impact does it have on interest rates?
Okay, now take this an example where CBK probably could have said you lend at an interest rate of 16%. That means you will be having more earnings from your loans.
Yes.
I give you a loan, you pay back at 16%. But now this is a situation where CBK has come and said, no, 14%. We are earning less from the loans that we are giving. I give you a loan of, say, maybe 20 million, I earn at 14%, which is kind of minimum.
What's the basis of the 14%?
It's from the central banks, which make their report of the CBK.
What is the basis of determining the cost of equity? Just quickly on your assumptions in the model.
We use the capital asset pricing model. We assume the risk return rate of 15%.
Just explain to us the rationale for using a particular model.
Let me start with the dividend discounted model. We use this model because KCB pays dividends to its shareholders. That was one of their reasons. Then secondly, this valuation model is good for the financial institutions because it will help you value like the future prospects of their earnings. For example, we wanted to see whether KCB can increase on its earnings. And this one we witnessed it where KCB increased on its earnings per share from 2 Kenyan shillings to 3 Kenyan shillings.
Okay, on the DBM, why does your payout ratio decline over the years?
We anticipated that due to the hard economic conditions, KCB would generate probably low returns, and this will reduce on their payout ratio.
add something about it from our company presentation. A member of KCB put it straight that their aim right now, according to their strategy, is to retain, first of all, to retain more and possibly bring about the consolidation of the international businesses to at least contribute more than 10% of its revenue. And that is why we projected that the payout ratio would go reducing over time.
Okay. Now when we go to the free cash flows to equity, the rationale as to why we use this method was KCB does not fully pay out like 100% of its dividends. It retains some. In 2015, it retained 50%, and in 2016, it retained 46%. So that's why we're using it to see how much it can do with it. Then secondly, it's simpler to be used. Then when we go to the residual income model, we use this model mainly because we wanted to determine whether KCB, even after considering the cost of equity, which is the dividends they pay, whether they can still perform profitably. Because when you look at the financials, in most cases, they less the cost of debt, which is interest. But and they will declare to you that the company is performing profitably. But in actual sense, after it paying dividends, it might not be performing profitably. That's why we used it and wanted to determine that.
That is complete. Thank you, Time, for your presentation. So you can let us know whether you'll be sitting in or you'll be leaving. Please take your seats. Thank you, Time.